Yo, what's up, LA Sparks fans? Welcome to another day here inside of the crypto.comarena with Michael Matthew and DJ Treacy Trees with LA Sparks Weekly. The Sparks are coming off a tough trip to Atlanta. A lot of people have those, sometimes. But they're back at home, and they must win if they want to extend their season to the postseason. And it starts today against the Dallas Wings, who last time we saw them, Paige Bueckers had a 40-piece for them, but they were able to walk away with a win with Kelsey Plum's game-winning buzzer-beater shot. So, DJ, tonight, I know the excitement level is going to be sky high. The focus for this team is going to be sky high. How are you feeling tonight about this game?
I have two words, Michael, that I am theming this whole episode on.
Okay.
Win out.
Okay.
The Sparks need to win out. That's the only thing I want to hear. That's the energy that I'm putting out. That is what we talked about, right?
Yeah.
They're in a tough spot. We know that we're here. There's nothing you can do about those games. We can't get any of those back. But today, we are here to win out. There are some other things around the W that's working out in our favor, but we don't even have to really plot on anybody else's downfall. We're going to control what we're going to control today, and that's exactly what's in front of us today's game against the Dallas Wings. We got the job done before, and again, I don't care if it's by 1 point or 20 points. We're going to get that dub today.
Hey, and they have to, as you said, win out is what they must do. They have to go 3-0 and hope for a Seattle Storm loss in their final game of the season against the Valkyries. But the issue has been defensively, they have not been able to get the stops that's needed to beat a team like the Atlanta Dream. Ryan Howard went off in the last game. Paige can do the same thing tonight. What can the team do tonight to make sure Paige don't go off once again?
I don't think you can stop Paige Bueckers. That's not a good plan. That's not plan A ever. She's going to go off. Let her score her 40. Let her score her 50. At the end of the day, her team is still only going to have 72 points. It doesn't matter. 72 is the max. Is the max. I mean, honestly, they are offensively scoring a lot less than the Sparks. Not saying that any team in the W can't go off, but tonight, with this added pressure, you know that Kelsey Plum is going to come up and show that she's an all-star. Same thing with De'Erica Hamby. Mama D was just in there tossing the ball up under the rim, and I'm like, I can't wait until she get those old boards tonight and help us out. As Rae Stevens has been in a little bit of a shooting slump, but we just saw her warming up, and oh my goodness. From the three-point line, they're raining. They are going to need her tonight. So I'm excited to see this Sparks team regroup, rally together, and pull this win out. I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, and I was able to ask Coach there in the pregame presser, what's the psyche of the team? Like, is their head down after these two tough losses? Like, what do they feel like? And she's like, she's surprised that their energy is really high. And they're like, hey, as long as we got an opportunity, we are locked in and we ready to make it happen. So it's good to hear that. But you mentioned Rae Stevens. She is a key piece. I talked about it all season long. Fearsome foursome. Her, Rakia, De'Erica Hamby, and Kelsey Plum. The other three's been doing their part, but it's Rae Stevens who has had her struggles. What can she do to kind of get out of her slump today?
I think she can just be herself, be calm, be collected, get some of those blocks. She's also, she ain't been scoring like she has, but she's been holding down some good defensive plays. Facts. So what she hasn't been doing there, honestly, I think Rae Burrell has been stepping in. Off the bench, 9, 10, those kind of points, add a little bit of extra flow, but we really want to see Rae off the catch and shoot.
Man, have to.
Give that screen and roll, give it to Rae. She is going to be wide open, and nobody is tall enough to block that pretty shot. So I want to see her from beyond the arc. I don't care how many she misses. Hopefully in the first half she can catch fire and we can get a great lead and we can just maintain it the rest of the game.
I'm hoping Coach kind of gets her going early, try to get her some easy buckets, draw it up with some great play calls to get her going, because she is a key piece. But like you mentioned, the bench has always been key. Coming in, they average the least amount of points per game. If you can get some positive offensive production from Rae Burrell, from Cameron Brink, Peely may get some minutes tonight.
That's what I was saying. More than Van Loo, because Van Loo is doing some good defensive things as well as some steals. Her energy is very active, but Alyssa Peely is solid. I was so glad to see her get those last minutes. I'm like, man, she is a traditional post player. She reminds me, her game reminds me a lot of Alyssa Thomas. One of those people that you just can't run up over.
She ain't quite Alyssa Thomas, but she's a big body you got to deal with.
And she ain't even jumping off the ground really. She know how to position herself to score is what I'm saying. So that's what I think. I'm excited to see it. Hopefully she get a couple more minutes today.
So the Sparks must take care of business. They know that it's real, and it's really a slam type of night because it's a slam night here. That's why you see me here rocking the dope shirt. If you haven't copped one, Sparks fans, go and get you one. They got white, they got the charcoal color, they have purple. So make sure y'all
got a shirt now too.
Rae has a shirt. They got the single player shirts. So go and copy, because it's gonna take one of these ladies to shine really bright.
Everybody on this T-shirt got to score 20 points. Period.
Hey, to make sure it happens. So, but somebody got to be really special. Who do you think tonight, DJ, is your player that's going to stand out for the Sparks to help them pick up this victory versus the Dallas Wings?
I think it's De'Erica Hamby.
Okay.
I was sitting here meditating just now while you were speaking to me, and I was like, who am I going to pick? It's De'Erica Hamby. I just think with the stakes, with the matchup, you know, I like the bigs matchup for her. She's very agile. Yeah. She's going to do her thing. I haven't not bet on De'Erica Hamby. It seems crazy for me to change it up now. Emergency contact, De'Erica Hamby is my player of the game.
I'm going to go with the person that we were able to talk to in the scrum. Last time she played this team, she said, y'all get up out of here off her game-winning shot. That's right, Kelsey Plum. She is going to be my player of the game. I think that she's going to accept that matchup with Paige Bueckers and realize I have to be aggressive early to compete and keep up with what she's going to do. And hell, I want to help this team get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
If I can help them win one game at a time to finish this year to make it happen, she's going to step up.
Facts.
I expect greatness from Rakia. I expect for Rae to pick it up, but it's going to be a Kelsey Plum type of night.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen.
I hope both of us are right.
No,
I hope we both are right.
We need to be. We need to be because the Sparks must win every game here on out and hope for a little help for them to win out. So to make it to the playoffs. So we thank you guys. We got more for you after the game. Make sure y'all stick with us. We got a dope interview with Kelsey Plum there. It's going to be a fun one tonight. I hope y'all ready. The energy is already great. DJ Mosky is playing the slaps.
Going crazy.
So it's going to be fun. Myisha Matthew, DJ Treasy Trees, LA Sparks Weekly. We see you guys after the game. Hey, Coach Myisha Matthew here, LA Sparks Weekly. You know, you guys still have a fighting chance to try to get in here late into the playoffs. Just what's the psyche of this locker room right now after a tough road stretch there?
Yeah, the trip to Atlanta was tough. I mean, they're really, really, really good. I was impressed. You know, they've got the whole package. We needed to play darn near as good as we could to get a win there, and we didn't. So we were disappointed, but you know, we're not out of it. We gotta control what we can control, and the locker room actually is really good. These guys they're all in. So I've been impressed with their resolve and you know, their willingness to get back at it. There's not a sense of, you know, feeling sorry for ourselves or down or anything. We're ready to compete.
Dave. Coach, you know, to piggyback off that a little bit, I know you've said all season about how, you know, you guys are just focused on yourself, you know, one day at a time, stuff like that. But I kind of feel like maybe it's human nature a little bit to just kind of look at standings, you know, some of the scores, especially with what's at stake this week. Just kind of, I guess, how do you keep the focus on you know, and what you can control, as you said?
Yeah, and that's just, you just have to continue reinforcing that message. And we're not talking about things we can't control. You know, whether Indiana wins or loses or whether Seattle, we can't control that. We just have to focus on what we're doing and see how it all shakes out. And, you know, coming into this season, the goal was to, you know, the process of getting this organization back where it belongs and making the culture what we want, win as many games as possible, and we've done those things, right? Now that we weren't shy about saying that we wanted to get to the playoffs, but I'm still proud of the whole body of work. Or do we have a ways to go before we can talk about cutting down nets? Absolutely. But, you know, you don't, I remember hearing as a young assistant, for sustainable success, you can't take the elevator, you gotta take the stairs and do it the right way and build culture first and get the right people, and I think we're in a process there.
Nikki.
Lynn, last time Paige was in this building, she had a great game.
Is that right?
What is, when you're trying to make life a little bit more difficult for a player of her talent, where do you begin?
You know, we did not do a good job. We let her get comfortable early, and then, you know, we didn't, to be completely candid, we didn't follow the game plan that we had. And then, you know, she just was feeling it. And when a player gets like that, you know, you can blame the defense, which we can work on. But also, sometimes elite talent just goes off, and she went off. So we have a game plan in place. Where do we start? I think, it's hard. We just got to, she's got to see bodies. She's got to see bodies. We've got to make her think, and, make other people beat us.
Coach John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. What's the urgency you want to see from this team for 40 minutes? Because the last 2 times you played this team, you only beat them by 1.
Yeah, and we had a chance to blow it open, and we kind of took our foot off the gas. And that, even though KP hit that shot and it was a win, we all kind of just felt, ugh, because we didn't defend Paige well, and we kind of let them back in it. So we've talked about that, and we've watched a lot of film, and at this point, John, it's up to the players to play with the urgency needed, and I'll do the best job I can to put them in position to be successful both sides of the ball. But in the 42nd game, they know what they need to do.
Hey Coach, Azrae has been crucial for a lot of games, but she's having a rough patch right now, and there seems to be some frustration on her end. How are you just making sure she knows that she has the belief of you and the rest of the team, and she's confident to go out there and be a factor tonight?
Yeah, I mean it's a great point. We need her to be our best. We need her to be a factor, right? And the games where that we've played well, she's played well. With Azrae, I think when she plays with a little edge almost and some bounce in her step, she's pretty dang good. So it's hard as a player when you're in a slump. It's up to you to get out of it, but when you have it's like the angel and the devil on your, to not listen to the bad and focus on the good. And we try to pump her up with confidence, and I've sent her clips of, highlight films, and she just, she's a pro, but she's really hard on herself. And so she's got to kind of push through that and trust not only her talent and her work, but also trust herself mentally, that the mental toughness, she can do it.
Justin, you're back.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
Obviously, you guys just played the other night in Atlanta. I'm kind of just curious of the logistical challenges that can present, where you have to fly cross country to then play in an afternoon game less than 48 hours later.
Yeah.
Like, how does that mess your guys' internal schedule that you normally would have on a game day? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, we were as a staff this morning and no one knew what day it was. I mean, honestly, that's just kind of how that's how the schedule worked for us down the stretch. Seattle has 1 game left. We have 3. It's just, we've played so many games every other day, back-to-backs. It is what it is. But again, I'm not gonna find excuses there. We gotta figure it out. But does it mess with your internal clock? Absolutely. Time zones, all the things. It just kind of messes with it. But we're in the groove. You're in it. You don't really even realize. You don't even need to know what day it is. You just show up and keep grinding.
Any other questions?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See you after.
Sunday. after a tough 2 games in a row here after you guys finish the season. As one of the leaders, what have you seen from your defense as far as the focus they have to finish the season?
Yeah, I mean, you take it 1 game at a time, right? Dallas is, I mean, I know the record is something, but they've been in a lot of close games, going down to the wire, and they're a really good team. Obviously, Paige is a great player, so, you know, we have our hands full tonight, so we're going to focus on tonight.
When it comes to yourself, your first year here with the Sparks, you've been really embraced by the city of LA. Can you just talk about that feeling and how you're able to carry it out on the floor?
Yeah, I'm super grateful for that. California native, you know, I take a lot of pride in being from California and representing, and so, you know, as this continues, I'm so sorry. As this continues to go, just, you know, continue to build and try to create a culture here that, you know, the fans are proud of, and we represent LA with pride.
Kelsey, considering it's a really hard switch right now, how are you taking care of yourself mentally?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's hurting physically, you know, but I think at the end of the day, you got to keep pouring into other people, get outside of yourself, and just lay it out on the court, everything you have, you know. Everyone at this point in the season just feels like this, you know, so it is just what it is. You just got to push through.
How are you making sure Rae is staying dialed in and not getting down with this rough patch that she's been having?
I mean, she's a pro, right? And at the end of the day, like, you know, you miss some, you make some, but we tell her to keep shooting, and I have all the confidence and faith in the world to continue to stay aggressive, and that's what I'm always just saying, like, hey, keep shooting, stay aggressive, you know, taking great shots, and they're going to fall.
How proud of you about, even though, you know, I know we're still trying to get into the playoffs, but you've really changed. You already said you're trying to change the culture, but it feels like there's already been a shift. Do you feel that, and are you proud of that?
I mean, I think I'll be able to reflect after the season, but for right now, I'm pretty, you know, locked in, and just trying to get a win tonight.
Yep. Hey, JP, we saw those new PEs that came out. Can you talk a little bit about that collaboration?
With the cookies?
Yeah.
I'm not wearing them because I didn't break them in, so I'm probably gonna get in trouble. But it is what it is. They're awesome. My favorite flavor of cookie is red velvet, so they're velvet. So I'll try to break them in sooner than later. We just don't have any practice time, so it's kind of hard for me. You know what I mean? But yeah.
No, it's been asking. No, she won't ask. So
you got it.
These are really cool, and I want to know about them.
Oh, thank you. These are the gum shoes. So when I was in Seattle, one of my favorite things to do is go to the gum wall. It's kind of disgusting, but it's also really cool if you've ever been. So these are just kind of a tribute to the gum wall.
Yeah. Now, you also said your Mexican was your favorite food. Have you found a good Mexican spot since you've been
I mean, it's Los Angeles. Just go around the corner.
Right. Thanks, JP.
Thank
you.
I had to do it. I'm so sorry.
Let's meet the starting five for your LA Sparks. We'll start with the Belgian baller, 5'8" guard, number 20, Julie Allemand. She's a 6'2" forward from Tennessee, number 2, in the middle, 6'6" center from Utah, number 23, from Washington, 5'8" guard, number 10, Kelsey Plum.
LA Sparks fans, you got your wish. The season for them, for the team to try to make the postseason, they still have a chance with this win here tonight, knocking off the Dallas Wings 91-77. They did their part. They slowed down Paige Bueckers, 6 players in double figures, and Julie Allemand with a first in the history of the WNBA. 20 points, shooting 8 for 8. Let me get this right. She was 3 for 3 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line with 4 assists and 5 steals. Never seen that stat line before, so you know that this team showed up and showed out. DJ, we saw a great victory. It got a little scary in the third quarter.
Yes, it did.
But they found a way to close and dominate in that fourth quarter and pick up this win. What was your thoughts?
Hey, Michael is a man with the numbers. I'm the lady with the vibes, y'all. I'm telling you, I knew we was going to win. Exactly what happened. I'm so glad that the Sparks took this one game at a time. Being where your feet are, all of you tweeters and deleters and non-believers on the internet that want to say it is over, it is not. The Sparks still have a fighting chance. And today was just a great performance for a Sunday afternoon, right? We did all the things that we said we wanted to do. Everyone played with enthusiasm, and some of our starters actually got rest. So I'm all smiles. A Raider win and a Sparks win on the same day for me.
We don't want to talk about no Raiders, but we got to talk about Julie Allemand's performance. We call her GTA Grand Theft Allemand on the show. She balled out, man. Her being very aggressive the way that she was today, I think, takes this team offensively to another level, because most of the games you're expecting her to maybe get 4 or 5 shots up. She got 8 of them up. She were knocking them down, getting to the rim, finishing and one plays. She looked like the player that we envisioned once GM Reagan Peebley told us about her, and she went crazy tonight. Can you talk about more of what you saw from Julie Allemand?
Hey, we like what we saw from Julie Allemand. She's a very silent, humble player, talks about, you know, I wasn't thinking about shooting 100%.
Man.
I just was trying to take the best shot. I mean, everything was just going right for her, as well as her pace and her patience that she plays with was just outstanding. Finishing through contact, bringing the ball up with 0 turnovers. Do you know what that means? And Michael, also, you talk about defense being the best kind of offense. Those 5 steals really changed the landscape of the entire game. Because once we started bottling things up and letting them know that we weren't going to let Paige get the ball inside, outside, on the 3-point line, nowhere. Julie Allemand really had the opportunity to just steal those balls away on those little passes that weren't going to make it through.
And I really love the fact that Coach kind of used her as a safety. You know, you don't put her on their best player, Paige Bueckers. You use her as a safety to kind of roam and get deflections and use her IQ
Little Jose
to make things
Alvarado.
happen. Man, facts.
Hey,
just like
that's what you
Jose,
feel.
doing some things. But I just kudos to the defense. You know, they came in after giving up a big game to Ryan Howard. Last time Paige Bueckers was in the building, she went off for 40+.
And that didn't happen tonight.
Tonight, she only scored 18 points, and they just made it tough on her and made her get rid of the ball. They only allow 77 points, so that's a win in its own cause.
I said 72. I just want to, from the beginning to end.
Just for them to do that defensively was very impressive. What did you like about the defense, other than, of course, what Julie Allemand was able to do?
I loved Rae Stevens in the defense. Like we just need to talk about that. She had a great offensive night. Rumors were talking about her slump and all of the past, couple games and her style of play. Tonight she came out really aggressive and made a difference. Just pressuring with her presence. Rae Stevens did an amazing job at just making the defense respond, making that offense step up. Hey, I'm going to shoot that thing. I'm going to take it into the rim. I'm going to get that offensive rebound. I'm going to get the D-boards. I'm going to do all of the different things. So Rae was our jack of all trades tonight. She had an impressive game, and that's
her
in addition to Julie Allemand.
double of the season, which is a plus. And we always say here on the show, when Rae balls out, the Sparks are tough.
That's a numbers thing. That's not what we're saying. That's the stats.
The facts. The facts tell you that. But don't just listen to us as usual. We got Rae Stevens there in the postgame presser, along with Coach Lynn Roberts and GTA Julie Allemand.
At the start of the third quarter, I thought we did a good job. Rae played some good minutes, was so active defensively. She didn't hit shots, but she was plus 18, did a tremendous job defensively. And then, Julie was unbelievable, truly unbelievable. It kind of willed us to this. Her stat line, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but 8 for 8, 3 for 3 from 3, didn't miss a free throw, 4 assists, 5 steals, and no turnovers. Yes, amazing. So she willed it. She was phenomenal today. Zito with another double-double, 9th of the year? 9th of the year. So overall, and Rakia was a little banged up, KP's a little banged up. They got to get some good rest, which is great. So yeah, overall good day.
And with Sparks Weekly, we like to call Julie Allemand GTA for Grand Theft Auto. Can you just talk about her defensive effort with the 5 steals? I know a lot of people are going to focus on the offense. Just talk about how she was able to truly impact you guys defensively.
Well, we put her on, kind of their non-shooter. And Julie, because Julie has such a high IQ and a great knack for what the other team's trying to do. And you saw that today. Like, she just kind of got some key steals. She's so smart. And so, I think that worked out well, where we, tried to limit Bueckers as much as we could and kind of send Julie around as being kind of all-time help and fly around. And, she's really fast and has great instincts. You bet.
Azrae, for you. As they mentioned, you have 9 double-doubles on the season after 4 last year. Can you talk a little bit about what kind of work goes in the off-season to kind of change numbers like that?
Yeah, I think offensively, Unrivaled really helped me just to be aggressive. 3-on-3, naturally, you have to be aggressive. You can't really pass up on shots. So it was really perfect prep for coming here and being in this new system. And then defensively, I tried to spend a little more time in the weight room and really focus on that. So I think it really helped me just to be here in the States, not have to travel. Sometimes overseas, you don't really know what you're getting into, but down there, we literally had everything we needed. So it was just a great opportunity for me to really lock in on my game and my body, and I think it really helped me for this year.
John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. Julie and Azrae, what do you feel like was working at the beginning of that 4th quarter when you went on that 16-0 run to start it, and how do you carry that over with you, put it on that private plane and take it to Phoenix?
Yeah, I think defensively, Rae was just all over the place. She flew into the side. She just brought so much energy, and it really fueled offense. And then, like Coach said, Julie was just all over the place, was really reading when they were trying to get it to Paige, and we got some good steals in the beginning, so I think it just fueled our offense. And then we shared the ball tonight, and I think we can all see what happens when that is how we play, so I think that really helped us.
Julie, what about you?
A little bit the same. I think we stay strong defensively. We got some steals, and then we were just running and playing as a team. And when we play like that, I think that we're unstoppable because then we get some stops, and then we can run, we can play our game, and then the ball goes from one side to the other in offense, and then we're dangerous. So, yeah, I think that's the reason why we won today.
Lynn, Azrae kind of mentioned it a little bit with Rae flying around in the 4th. She scores 13 in the 4th, and constantly always seems like she's always on the floor.
Sure does.
that energy that she's able to bring on a night like tonight, where the schedule is what it is. You guys just sit back, and what does that do for you guys in a game where it is kind of nip and tuck early in the 4th?
Yeah, that's what Rae's value is, right? And whether she's 6 for 6 from 3 or 2 from 6, she's going to fly around and make things happen. And she's so athletic and bouncy and aggressive, and that brings everybody to life. I think she tried to dunk it on the.
Do you think she did?
A little bit.
She told me she was thinking about it, but then she just went for it.
Which is classic Rae. But that gets everybody going, and the bench was excited. She just brings life and energy, and she was huge today. Just that Energizer bunny everywhere, and sometimes you don't even know what's going to happen. Sometimes, but I'll take that any day.
Hey, Coach, DJ Infinity TV. Perfect assist to my question. You're talking about energy. Can you take me here to the moment that Alyssa Peedley subbed in? You've been going to the bench a lot.
Yeah.
So the crowd goes crazy for her. She's not here to speak for herself, but can you just take me through the emotions of what it's like to watch a player that you've had so much invested in now be here in the WNBA and the crowd goes crazy when she checks into the game?
Yeah, she's always been a fan favorite wherever she's been. And it's hard. It was hard for her to come in with our system. It's like jumping on a treadmill and you're not warm. That's going at 10 speed. So. It's hard to get people in the rotation, but I believe in her, always have, and it's rewarding, you know. I've been through the fire with her, so it's cool to see her get the love.
Thank you. Cara.
Hello, Cara Alexander with the LA Times. Congrats on the win. My question is for Julie. So with your like high scoring points this game, can you just take me through like how you were feeling with your performance and also the performance of your team as well?
I mean, I'm just trying to read the game every time. Like, I don't care about like shooting 2 times, 8 times. Like, most of the time I'm trying just to read well the game. And today I had more chance than usually. So I took it and it was in. So, you know, when it's like this, it's just amazing because then you keep going and you feel good, you feel confident on the court, and that's how I felt today. So yeah, but I'm just, you know, I just care about the win. Today that was the most important, and the fact that when we play as a team, I really enjoy it. Like, that's really what matters to me, and the fact that we just playing hard in defense, like we say, we're flying around, and then in offense, we're just doing all game, then I'm just a happy person at the end. I mean, a happy player after the game.
Thank you.
Dave.
Coach, you know, pregame you talked a lot about how making things more difficult for Paige was on the agenda there. And then Sarah Ashley comes in, you mentioned her defensively. Thought she did a pretty good job for the most part, you know, chasing Paige around. Just what did you see from her, you know, in terms of that matchup there and her ability to kind of step up?
From SA?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think SA's, you know, she's got great size for a guard, for a 2 guard. She's 6 feet tall and strong, and not afraid. Like, she'll guard anybody. I thought she did a really good job. You know, Kelsey was trying to play through stuff today, and it was great to not have to put her back out there so she can recover a little bit. But I agree with Julie. I think, you know, the ball was moving there in the second half. Everyone was getting a touch and it's hitting sidelines, and I thought we did a good job on Paige. She still ended up with 18, which speaks to, you know, her talent. But we weren't going to let her go off again. Gosh dang it. So, you know, I thought we did a pretty good team effort on that. But, you know, anytime we weren't there, anytime we didn't, you know, she split it or whatever, she seemed to score. So it's just hats off to her. She's a tremendous player.
Last 2 questions, Jackie and then Anwar.
Rae, Coach and KP before the game said, you know, we do better as a team when you play well. You had a little bit of a slump, but you were on all cylinders tonight, and you looked very comfortable, everything was at ease. What happened? What was the difference maker for you tonight?
I think just being aggressive. I think the last few games, I kind of just got in my head, so I know, like, I'm a big part of this team, just like everybody is, but I know when I come out aggressive, even if I'm not making shots, it still puts pressure on the defense. So, you know, these guys have been in my ear, and it's really just a mental thing, so I just try to come out and be aggressive today.
Coach, so many of the team's wins recently have been down to the wire, nail biters. Now getting like a double-digit win, I mean, how much confidence does that give the team in this final stretch here?
It's really nice. I tell you, it's really nice. I wasn't sure there in the third how close it was going to be, but it's great, and it's great to be able to rest some guys and gain some confidence offensively and defensively. You know, we got Phoenix Tuesday, and you know that's going to be we're playing for our lives. But we can't play with pressure. The pressure's on them. We've got to just compete and play like we are able. I think at this point in the season, we know what makes us good and we know what makes us not good. So as a staff and as players, you got to know that and lean into what's worked and stay away from what isn't. Phoenix is good. We're playing at their place, but a win like today, I think, sets us up better for that game.
I just want to add, no one in history until Julie has posted the stat line she just did.
What?
21 points, 5 steals, 4 assists, 100% from the field and free throw line, and no turnovers.
Thank you all. Thank you. We'll see you Thursday.
Proud of y'all.
So we're back. We just heard from Coach. We heard from Rae and Julie Allemand. You could just tell the spirits were up. Coach really got the type of performance she was hoping from this team tonight. One of the names that she highlighted was one of my favorite Sparks, Rae Burrell. Hey. Sugar Ray did her thing. Just her energy. Man. You know, she's always diving on the floor, always making plays happen. She probably got a dunk. I'm gonna have to go and re-look at that tape. She probably got a dunk, but 13 of her 13 points in the fourth quarter was very impressive.
Yeah.
When she's knocking down shots, being aggressive, she gives them another player that's tough to stop. That's why they had 6 players in double figures tonight. What did you see from Rae Burrell in this victory?
I mean, anybody who likes watching hoops likes watching Rae Burrell play.
You have to.
There is nothing that Rae Burrell is not doing on the court. She is giving you that energy. She is getting those rebounds.
Yeah.
She is shooting like she don't think she gonna miss, right?
Yeah.
So
Facts.
I mean, she's an exciting player to watch, but also her attitude, it just comes through when she's hooping. She's smiling. She's talking trash. She's playing well with her other teammates, high-fiving. All of those things that you need hoopers to do.
I got a perfect comparison for her. For our NBA fans that can go back to the Showtime Lakers, Rae Burrell reminds me a lot of Michael Cooper, who is a Hall of Famer, athletic defender that runs the floor, play with just a certain type of energy that helped lift that team there in the 80s. That's what Rae Burrell is to this Sparks team. But I love this win because it was able to help Kelsey Plum, Rakia to get some much needed rest. We know that they're dealing with some elements, and they needed that rest, and they counted on a 5 that included essay. Sarah Ashley Barker got some burn. Just defensively, her presence, her toughness. I'm hoping that she can fix that jump shot because she needs it. But just her toughness and energy on defense just added to what they needed and what they're going to need these last 2 games. What was your thoughts on what we saw from SA?
I always love watching SA. I know I love every Sparks player, but her for a specific reason is because you can tell that she played around her brothers.
Yeah.
I'm a girl who played with boys. I was in baseball playing again. It makes you a different kind of competitor is what I'm saying.
I like
right? When you cut your teeth against people who are presumed to be better than you, you always feel like the underdog and you play with the chip on your shoulder. So it don't matter if Sarah Ashley Barker plays 3 minutes or 30 minutes. She going to give you every ounce of whatever she has in that game.
Facts.
She going to give you the rebound. She going to try to shoot those jump shots. So I don't care what the offense looks like. When you come to a game, you want to see the players give 100%. And Sarah Ashley Barker, every time her name has been called, she has put everything on the court.
I've been saying it since the beginning of the season. She is a pit bull out there that you're going to have to deal with. She has a nice frame, so when she gets into her spots, her body, she going to hit
6'1", strong.
She going to make it tough. So shout out to her, Rae, and the squad just for coming with the defensive effort that needs to help finish this season out. They still got some hope, baby. And hope can take you a far way in this life. That's a lesson gem for you guys. But before we get out of here, we got to give you our player of the game for tonight's victory. Who you got tonight, DJ?
I had De'Erica Hamby at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch it up.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Julie Allemand.
Ooh, I love it.
A never-before-seen stat line.
Man,
you got the, legendary GOAT, intercontinental. She over here, overseas. Man. She's doing everything. That Belgium burglar is really up to it. I'm giving it to Julie Allemand.
Hey, shout out to GTA. Grand Theft Automont did her thing.
Yes.
And I could piggyback off that, but that's the easy thing to do. I'm going to go with Sugar Ray. Hey. She's been one of my favorite players here for a while. Just her energy, like you felt that in the fourth quarter, and it makes her teammates say, I need to be playing as hard as her if I'm going to stay on this floor.
Yeah.
And you saw them feed off that energy. It looked scary in the third quarter, but Rae and her energy, what they helped bring to a 16-0 run to start the fourth quarter to where coach said, I don't got to go back to KP. I don't got to go back to Rakia.
Yeah.
I can even sub De'Erica out because I feel how confident Rae has this group playing with that type of energy. So Rae Burrell is my player of the game. But, hey, there's still hope. The Sparks still have a chance. They need some help on Tuesday, but they got to first handle their business.
Yes.
They're going to be facing off against the Phoenix Mercury there in Phoenix on Tuesday night. We're probably going to be in studio. We're going to figure it out.
We might be virtual.
Yeah,
be on our channel. Yeah. Either way it goes.
Be locked in with LA Sparks Weekly because we're going to get you ready and prepared to watch a big-time game on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Valkyries. We ain't been rooting for y'all all season long. You know, y'all are in-state rivalries, but we need y'all to take care of business. But first thing first, let's go get it, Sparks. So from Michael Matthew, DJ Tracy Treese, LA Sparks Weekly, we see you guys Thursday, baby.